I am revealing my secret project so I don't reveal my secret project. Hey y'all, I'm Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad we can hang out again today. Today I'm going to do something real fun. I'm going to reveal my latest work in progress. I have not revealed it really anywhere. I've kind of hinted at it. I've talked a little bit about it, but I've never actually said much of it about it at all. So I thought today would be a great day to do that because the wonderful, fabulous Christine Smith is hosting her annual Know the Novel Linkup. Normally this is done on blogs and stuff. I used to do it on my blog, but then I stopped blogging and I moved over to YouTube. So I'm just going to do it here in a video and it's going to be really fun. Now normally also this link up, and if you want more information I will leave it linked down below, but anyway, normally this link up is to discuss and talk about the story you're going to be writing in NaNoWriMo. However, I won't be writing this one in NaNoWriMo. It is currently being written, and as I said to my co-author and co-owner, I am revealing my secret project so I don't reveal my secret project. I am under some sort of obligation to not discuss the book that I'm writing for NaNoWriMo, so I won't be revealing that currently. Hopefully sometime in the future, but not anytime soon. So instead, I'm going to discuss this. Let's go ahead and get started. First of all, before you actually get into the link up questions, I should probably give you the title of said book, and that is Escape from Mathebos. And it is a sci-fi, which I'm kind of intimidated by because I've never written one, but it's been fun to write. And so anyway, that is the title, Escape from Mathebos. And yeah, let's go on and get into the question. The first question is, what sparked the idea for this novel? Earlier this year, I had kind of an idea of what if a interterrestrial relocation program failed. So let's say, humans decided Earth was dying, they wanted to leave, and so they did. They found a planet that was similar to Earth, and so they all, relocated to this other planet. And what if it backfired on them? Like, what if it was an absolute disaster, but, the government put too much money and whatever into this relocation, so they don't really want to admit their investment wasn't a good one, and that it was kind of worthless. Never could happen. Totally not realistic at all. Anyway, so that was kind of what sparked the idea, was this idea of what if they tried to relocate and it ended up being a bad idea. So that was what sparked the idea. The next one is share a blurb or an overall summary. I'm having to read it off my screen, so if I'm looking this way, that's why. When an interplanetary relocation program fails, humans find themselves needing to return to Earth. Only two problems. The billionaires who funded the relocation are silencing anyone who hints at the truth, refusing to believe their money has been wasted, and a pilot who doesn't believe in her skills. 18-year-old Ariska Nsolna, daughter of famed pilot Xavier Nsolna, and a skilled pilot in her own right, finds herself stuck on a planet filled with dying people as scientists are finding out the air of Mathebos isn't as safe as they once thought. Slowly, the toxic fumes are killing off people, starting with her parents. Despite the threats sent to her on a daily basis telling her to stop, she knows there is only one option for her. Find a ship, convince as many people as she can to board it, and find a way through the starfield. Now, the starfield no longer exists, so just... Anyway, up-and-coming scientist Yuri Abram imagined his 20s would be spent making huge discoveries and rolling in fame. Instead, he has a shadow. Ever since his discovery in the lab that fateful afternoon, the police have followed him everywhere he goes. He knows it's only a matter of time before he's arrested. His mentor is already gone. Unless he can find an ally soon, everything the scientific community stands for will be lost forever. As Ariska and Yuri find themselves pulled further and further into the black hole of government conspiracy, they must race to reveal the truth to the masses and find a way back to Earth before it's too late. Now, I wrote this when I first came up with the idea. A lot of things have changed. That's not going to work anymore. But that gives you the general gist of how I started. So, anyway, the next question is, where does the story take place and what are your some of your favorite aspects of that setting. It takes place primarily on a distant planet, an imaginary planet called Mathebos. And some of my favorite things, and this planet is very much the same as Earth in many ways. It looks the same. At first glance, it would seem much like Earth. However, and this is one of my favorite aspects, is the air. There's something not quite right about the air. And it's actually toxic to humans, but they don't know that right away. It slowly kills them, and it causes a deadly sickness called the Blue Plague, which basically suffocates the humans. And it's kind of terrifying, and yeah, so that's what's wrong with Mathebos, is the air is killing them and they don't know that. The next question is, tell us about your protagonist. Mine's plural. So there's two. There's Ariska and Yuri. And Ariska is a pilot just like her famous dad. She has dreams of becoming an intergalactic pilot, but her bosses are basically dashing her hopes and her dreams, and basically they crush her self-confidence, and so she doesn't believe she'll ever be able to do that. And then we have Yuri, who is a scientist. He had dreams of becoming a famous one, but when his mentor is arrested and entrusts him with the secrets about the Mathebos air, he finds himself roped into a whole big mess that he never planned on, and it kind of ruins his aim for fame. And so anyway, that's Ariska and Yuri. The next question is, who or what is the antagonist? And the antagonist in this book is primarily the government. While Ariska's bosses are partly antagonistic, the main antagonist is the government. They don't want the truth about Mathebos being revealed to the public. They don't want people deciding that they no longer want to live there. And so they silence anyone who says anything about it. And so they are the primary antagonist. Next question is, what excites you most about the story? And that is the fact that I have never written a proper sci-fi before, so I'm really excited to dive into that genre. I also love my protagonists. They are very inspiring, and I really love how they fight against the odds that are up against them. And so yeah, those are two things I really, really love about this story. Is this going to be a series, a standalone, or something else? This, for all intents and purposes, is going to be a standalone. However, I am not the best at writing standalones, but I am pretty determined to keep this one a standalone. So anyway, that's the plan. Is this not going to be a series? It's just going to be one book. Are you plotting, pantsing, or a mix of both? I plotted this book, maybe not as much as I normally would, but I did plot it. I very, very, very rarely will pants anything, especially not with something of this length. It's actually probably going to be pretty long once it's done, so it didn't make sense for me to just pants it, and I'm very much a plotter, so that's what I went with. The next question is, name a few things that are unique to your story. The one thing that's really unique in my mind is the fact that the air of Mathebos is causing the Blue Death, which basically suffocates people. So I feel like that's fairly unique. I'm sure it's been done plenty of times before, but it's something that I don't see a whole lot of. So anyway, I'm very excited about that. And then lastly is share some fun extras that you have, maybe a map, aesthetics, anything like that. I don't really have anything yet. I'm tossing around some map ideas, but I haven't really come up with anything yet. So unfortunately I don't have anything to share, but I am excited to reveal more as the months come on. If you are interested in learning more, maybe being up to date, I will likely share plenty of stuff on through my newsletter, so you can sign up for that in the links below. I send one out monthly, and I talk about my writing and things like that. So if you want to stay up to date on that, that's probably where you would go. So I highly recommend signing up for it if you haven't already. Anyway, that's going to be it for me today, guys. Shout out to Christine for hosting Know the Novel, and if you're interested, definitely check out the link below. I'll leave her blog link below so you can go participate if you would like as well. She's an awesome, wonderful person, and I am so glad that I get to participate in this again. And if you would like to connect with me more, I will leave the links to my social media down below, and I hope we can hang out again sometime soon. But until then, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye!